I just spent some time answering and making a video response to a video that was 5 questions for an atheist. And I thought that I would like to do a similar one. But it's 5 questions for a theist from an atheist. These are all serious questions. I'm not trying to disprove anyone's belief in a god or gods. I just want to know more about somebody else's theism because I feel it helps me better understand my own atheism. So, my first question is mainly just because I've been hearing this question repeatedly in the 5 questions for an atheist and those sort of videos. This isn't the same exact question, but it's related. And so, my first question is, where did God come from? And this is sort of not only just where did God come from, but why does God exist, and why not just skip the step and have existence always have existed? This basically goes along the questions that I keep hearing about why is there something rather than nothing? Well, if God is the explanation for some people for that question, why is there God rather than nothing? My second question is, what does having gods give one that the lack of God doesn't? So, I think we can see purpose without God. We can have morality without God. We can explain why we're here. We can explain a lot about existence. Why does there need to be a God? Like, what does it give a theist? What are you getting from God? My third question is, what allows God to define morality? Is God held to any moral standards? And, or is God exempt? What exempts God from morality? So, if God is imposing morality upon us, is God held to any moral standards? And if so, where do those come from? And again, that's sort of, why not just skip the step and allow us to define morality? 4. How does God add meaning to existence? So this goes back to a quote that I really like from Douglas Adams that states, "Isn't it enough to see that a garden is beautiful without having to believe that there are fairies at the bottom of it too?" And basically, that leads to my next question. So, my 4th question is, how does God add meaning to existence? And my next question is, how does God's existence make the rest of existence more wonderful and more beautiful? I think if you look, the common theme between most of my questions is, what is making God God? What's making God so superior to us, allowing God to impart its will upon us? And then, why do we need God? And what does God give us? So I think that boils down, those are really the 2 veins that my questions are running along. But just as a quick recap, I'll go over. Question number 1 is, where did God come from? Why does God exist? And why not just skip the God and just have existence? Number 2 is, what does having gods give one that the lack of God doesn't? Number 3, what allows God to define morality? Is God held to moral standards? And is God exempt from morality? My fourth question is, how does God add meaning to existence? And my fifth question is, how does God make existence more wonderful and beautiful? So, thank you. Bye.